Good morning, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Manya, and welcome to another What I Eat in a Day video on WW Purple. All right, it is first thing in the morning. I haven't even cleaned off the mascara from under my eyes, but I am in my lovely bathroom. I got my Dolly vibes going, both with my sign and my mug, because girl, you gotta pour yourself a cup of ambition, am I right? In this coffee mug is 2 shots of espresso, a teaspoon of sugar, and 4 tablespoons of nut pods. So at this point, this is only 1 point, but I'm probably gonna have about 3 of them. I don't add more sugar. If I need it to be sweeter, I'll add a little monk fruit sugar. But in my first cup, it's real sugar quite a bit of the time. And then I have my cup full of water, which has calm magnesium powder in it. And I'll pop a picture of that up on the screen so you can see what it is. I'm not a doctor. I don't know if it works. I like it. It gets me drinking water in the morning. It's slightly sweet. And I thought it made a difference with my muscle pain as soon as I started taking it. But again, I have no idea if it's actually working. And then of course, I've got my giant water bottle. This is Hydrate brand. It has a Bluetooth chip at the bottom and it flashes to remind me to drink water. It tracks my water consumption and it tells me when I've hit my 100-ounce goal for the day. So that's how I get started. I probably won't eat for another hour or so, but when I do, I will tell you exactly what I decide to eat this morning. Okay, so I am now on coffee number 3, and I've hit my 8 tablespoons of nut pod. I didn't add any additional sugar. That 1 teaspoon of sugar was pretty sweet, and I didn't think I needed any more. So I thought we would do a little bit of a chatty get ready with me, and I can talk to you a little bit more about me and my diet, because if you're going to watch my What I Eat in a Day videos and my grocery hauls, you should probably know a little bit about me and how I eat. So we'll get started. It's Sunday, so I'm going with a very simple face here. Nothing too complicated. So the one thing to know about me, if you haven't noticed already, there's been a big thing missing in all of my What I Eat in a Day videos so far. Have you noticed it? That's right, I'm a vegetarian. I've been a vegetarian since I was 18, so I have been a vegetarian longer than I ate meat. And the reason I became a vegetarian is because I read a book called Diet for a New America. I don't even know if that book's in print anymore, but it was written by a gentleman named John Robbins. And Robbins was part of the Baskin and Robbins dynasty. And my understanding, and don't quote me on this, it's been a long time since I've read that book, but my understanding is that because of the way that animals are treated in the meat processing industry, he declined his inheritance and walked away and became an advocate for animals. So I found that book really inspiring, and I really didn't eat very much meat after that. There was a short little couple of years when my husband and I were living in Omaha, Nebraska, where I ate chicken, mostly at his request. I didn't really like it, and I haven't eaten meat since. But I want to make one thing very clear. This is a personal decision, and there will never, ever be any shaming on my videos. If you eat meat, that's totally fine. And I would say that most, if not all of my recipes, if I have a meat substitute like tofu, you can just use chicken or some other kind of meat. So this is no shame. This is just what I have chosen to do. For many, many, many years, I was what is called an ovo-lacto vegetarian. Maybe you didn't know that there are a bunch of different types of vegetarians in the world. An ovo-lacto vegetarian is someone who doesn't eat meat, but eats dairy, including cheese, eggs, and milk. I pretty much gave up milk a long time ago, just because I never liked it, and there's so many good substitutes out there. But if a recipe called for heavy cream, I would use heavy cream. I just didn't, that was fine. And up until about 2 months ago, I went through 1 to 2 dozen eggs a week. I loved eggs. But I have been wanting to get away from eating a lot of dairy for a while. I just thought it would be really too difficult and overwhelming and hard to go out to eat. Like, what a lot of people outside the vegetarian world don't understand is the leap from meat eater to vegetarian, I think, is actually pretty easy. It's easy enough just to cut out meat but continue to eat dairy. But the jump from vegetarian to vegan, to me, felt like a much bigger deal. That it would have a big impact on my personal life, my social life, because whereas I can go out to eat pretty much everywhere and get something vegetarian, that is not the case for something vegan. I mean, when it comes to being vegan, you have to be a lot more aware of ingredients than I ever have had to be as a vegetarian. However, 2020 has offered some interesting opportunities, am I right? I mean, I know it's been a tough year, but there's also been some COVID blessings, I would say. And one of those is that I basically do not go out to eat. I live in Texas. It's December of 2020, and Texas is open. We've been open since April, May. So I could go out to eat, but personally, and again, these are just personal decisions, I only feel comfortable eating outside. And whereas at the beginning, back in April, we were getting a lot of meals delivered and or takeout, it wasn't doing it for us. I mean, the reason that you pay so much at a restaurant is for the experience, and the food doesn't really travel very well for the most part. So that's when I started cooking at home, and honestly, it's been pretty easy just to cut out dairy for the most part. There's still 2 types of dairy that I consume on a regular basis. One is fat-free Greek yogurt, which, as we all know, is 0 points on purple, so that's a staple for me. And then sour cream, because I'll tell you, I've tried a lot of vegan sour creams, and they just don't hold a candle to it. Vegan butter's great. There are lots of great vegan substitutes, but sour cream, they haven't figured it out yet. So I'm not a vegan. I don't call myself a vegan, but you will notice that for the most part, my recipes tend to be vegan. The other thing that happened to me in about September is I read a book called The Starch Solution, and it really spoke to me. It's the idea that humans are built to consume
whole carbohydrates, not potato chips, not pretzels, but good carbohydrates, specifically starches. So that would be things like potatoes, corn, beans, lentils, and that we are meant to consume a lot of them. For the most part, almost entirely our diet. And I've always been the kind of person who is hungry, and carbohydrates is one of the ways that I satiate my hunger. And in the past, I've chosen crackers, pretzels, those kind of carbohydrates. And obviously those don't keep me full for very long, and they don't help with weight loss, let's be honest. And so that's when I started eating lots of whole starches, lots of potatoes. And I started subbing out things like potatoes for eggs in the morning. I have a whole drawer in my kitchen just for potatoes. So I eat a lot of potatoes. And I'm still losing weight. So I know you may be doubtful about the whole starch thing, and I'm not here to push it. I'm just letting you know why you see me eat the types of food that I eat. The other thing I've been trying to do a lot of is incorporate more greens in my diet. It's not my normal way of being. I am not a huge vegetable person. I never have. So I am forcing it, because sometimes you have to force yourself to create a new routine. So you'll see me try to incorporate leafy greens as much as I can. Okay, I'm almost done. So the last thing I wanted to say, so because I think it's important that you all know this, we are a household of only 2 adults. So whereas I want to cook a lot of food, I have to be careful because there's only 2 of us eating it. And honestly, my husband is not a hungry person, so he can go all day without eating. And I try to put a really good dinner in him every day, but I eat a solid breakfast, lunch, dinner. I have snacks. Like, I'm very regimented because I'm a hungry person, so I need to be. But he really doesn't eat a lot of the leftovers. He really doesn't eat throughout the day. And so when I think about prepping for the week, when I think about cooking for the week, please understand that I don't have a lot of mouths to feed. And so I may undercook for what you might need for your family. I cut recipes in half. I accidentally made a split pea soup recipe last night, and the full recipe, we're gonna be eating that for a week. So I don't always have a lot of cooking to do, even though I want to do more. I love experimenting. So I'm ready. This is a Sunday look, and I'm gonna head down to breakfast, so I'll see you in a second. So, real quickly, I've been doing a grocery haul, making some dips and sauces all morning. So for lunch, I'm just gonna have a really simple lunch of potato, a cheese sauce that I make that is 1 tablespoon for 1 point, and then microwave broccoli, which is going behind me. I'll take a picture of it for you. Afternoons, I have a snack of a couple of crackers. The quantity depends on what kind of cracker I have and how many points they are. Right now I have some Milton's cracker that I got at Costco, so I get 3 of those, a wedge of Laughing Cow cheese, and a piece of fruit. And that currently I think is 4 points, but again, depends on the cracker itself. But I thought I'd try something new today and see if I could find a carb-filled 0-point snack. So I made these. These are sweet potato. So I cooked them in the microwave until they were soft, peeled them, and then rolled them in nutritional yeast and salt. And if you are not familiar with nutritional yeast, it is it's a yeast, but it is used a lot by vegans because it has a kind of cheesy flavor. I buy it by the poundful. I think it's amazing. These weren't as tasty as I was hoping they would be. They're still pretty soft. I thought they might like crisp up and become kind of cracker-like. I mean, they were called croutons in the recipe book. So I'll eat those, and I'm happy to have a 0-point snack, but I probably won't make them again. Okay, now I'm going out for a walk. So a funny thing happened today. I spent all day cooking things. I made some sauces, which I'm gonna put in videos and share with you. I made a bunch of things today, and I underate. One of the things I try really hard not to do on Weight Watchers is to lick that spoon or eat that one bite. I mean, I'll taste something just to see if it needs salt, more spices, whatever. But I try really hard not to do like bites and licks here and there. And I think the consequence of that today is I was so busy that I didn't eat enough food. So I went into dinner really hungry, and I did not want to have like a big salad of vegetables. When I'm hungry, I want heavy carbohydrate food. So tonight we had what I call potato nachos. It is pretty much exactly like it sounds. It's kind of loaded potatoes. So I slice potatoes, put them in the air fryer, and have a little video of that for you. And then I have my refried black beans, which there is a video for that. I don't know if it's gone up yet. My vegan cheese sauce, which is to die, so good. And a tablespoon of sour cream and some broccoli. So I'll put a picture of what I ate today. And then I think I'm gonna conclude the vlog here. I am almost assuredly going to have my popcorn. If you're not aware of my popcorn, I air pop popcorn, use a little spray oil, and I put on it a combination of sugar, regular PB2, that powdered peanut butter, and PB2 chocolate with a little cinnamon and a little salt, and I put that on top of the popcorn. It's something I eat every night, and it's sweet and delicious, and I love it. And that cost me about 5 or 6 points. I can't remember. I'll put it on the screen, and then at the end I'll give you a total of my points for the day. So that was what I ate today on WW Purple. I hope you found it helpful. I hope that you are successful on your WW journal. And if you like this content, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave me a comment down below. I want to know, what is your favorite WW Purple food to eat? Tell me. And it's fine if it's meat. I want to know. I hope you all are doing well, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.